You wake up at 7:09 in the morning. You did not set an alarm. You walk to the kitchen. You make coffee. You sit at the window. Your phone buzzes once. $47 paid to you while you were sleeping. Not from your job, not from a side hustle, from owning. You think about the version of you from 5 years ago, the one who set 3 alarms, the one who hated Mondays, the one who did not believe this kind of morning existed. You did not get rich. You just hit a number, a specific number, one that pays your rent, your groceries, your gas, the life you used to fund with your hours. You start with $10,000. You are 26. You have been saving for 2 years, skipping the new phone, driving the old car, eating at home on Friday nights. $10,000 sitting in your account doing nothing. Most people would buy a vacation or a watch or a couch they did not need. You open your brokerage app instead. You buy a Dividend ETF, something boring, VDIV, the kind of ticker your friends have never heard of. At a 4% yield, that $10,000 pays you $400 a year. $400 that covers Netflix, Spotify, and your phone bill every month for a full year. It is small. You will be tempted to laugh. You don't. This is the first dollar in your life that was not traded for time. Every other dollar you ever earned came from hours. Hours at a desk, hours in traffic, hours pretending to listen in a meeting you did not need to be in. This $400 came from nothing. You slept. It paid you anyway. Your coworker sees the ETF on your screen at lunch. She laughs. She says, $400 a year? That's one dinner. You say nothing. You close your laptop. She spends the $400 she made that week on a designer bag she'll trade in next year. You do something different. The next month, your dividend hits. You do not transfer it to your checking account. You do not buy anything. You click the button that says reinvest. You watch the number of shares go up by a tiny amount. You smile at your phone for the first time this year. Nobody saw it. Nobody needs to. You are not playing their game anymore. You are 29. 3 years have passed. $50,000 sits in the same boring ETF, most of it from your paycheck, the rest from dividends you never spent. It pays you $2,000 a year. $2,000. Your electric bill for 12 months. Your internet. A long weekend in Nashville with money left over. You do the math at the kitchen table on a Sunday morning. You realize something. For the next year, every time you flip a light switch, every time you open the fridge, every time you charge your phone, someone else is paying for it. Not you, your shares. You tell nobody. That weekend, your sister gets engaged. The whole family meets at a steakhouse. Your cousin orders a wine that costs more than your dividend made that month. He raises his glass. He says he just leased a new Range Rover. Everyone claps. You order water. You eat your steak. You smile. On the drive home, your boyfriend asks if something is wrong. He says you have been quiet. You tell him you were just thinking. You do not tell him about the $1,100 a month lease or the $13,000 a year gone, or that your $50,000 will quietly drop $2,000 into your lap this year, next year, and the year after that. You say nothing. You just hold his hand at the red light. And for the first time in your life, you feel something most people never feel. You feel ahead. You are 32. $100,000. 6 figures. The number you used to dream about in high school. The number your father told you changes everything. It does not change everything. It pays you $4,000 a year. $4,000. A full year of groceries for one person. 12 months of bread, eggs, chicken, coffee. Paid by money you did not earn. You walk through Whole Foods on a Saturday with this thought in your head. Every item in your cart, somebody else is buying it. You laugh quietly in the produce aisle. A woman next to you smells a melon. She does not know. Then it happens. A friend texts you that night. Devin from college. He says he found something. A stock yielding 13% pays monthly. He says, 13% on 100 grand. That's $13,000 a year. You'd triple your dividend. You open the chart on your laptop. The yield is real. The chart is not. The stock has dropped 45% in 2 years. The dividend looks huge because the price collapsed. This is a yield trap. Every dollar of dividend is being paid out of a bleeding company. The yield will get cut. The price will keep falling. You will lose more than you ever made. You close the laptop. You text Devin back. You tell him to be careful. He sends a laughing emoji. He buys $12,000 of it that night. 6 months later, the dividend gets cut in half. The stock drops another 30%. Devin stops talking about it. You keep your boring ETF. You keep getting your $4,000. You keep walking through Whole Foods on Saturdays. The rule at 6 figures is simple. If the yield looks too good to be true, it is. 13% is not opportunity. 13% is a warning. The patient 4% will outlast every shiny 13 every time. You are 35. $250,000. The number nobody at your job knows you have. It pays you $10,000 a year. $10,000. Your car payment, your insurance, your gas for an entire year. Every mile you drive in 2026 covered by money you did not earn. You realize this on a Tuesday in March, sitting in traffic on the way to work. The man in the lane next to you is screaming at his phone, veins in his neck. His Cadillac Escalade is brand new. His face is not. You look at him. He does not look at you. He cannot afford that car. You can see it on his face. You drive a 2018 Honda, paid off 4 years ago. The Bluetooth still works. The seats are still fine. Your car owes you nothing. His car owes him $1,000 a month for the next 5 years. That night you check your dividend account. The number is bigger than last month. It is always bigger than last month. You think about something your mother told you when you were 16. She said, "The richest people I know drive the cheapest cars." You did not understand it then. You understand it now. At $250,000, the math stops being theoretical. It starts paying for things you can touch, things you can drive, things that get you to work. Most people at 35 have a car payment. You have a car that pays you. You park in your driveway that night. You sit in the car for a minute before going inside. You are not in a hurry anymore. You have not been in a hurry for a long time. You are 38. $500,000. The number that changes how you sleep. It pays you $20,000 a year. $20,000. Rent in most of America, or a paid-off mortgage in the rest. Groceries, gas, power, internet, the basic shape of a life. This is the famous 4% rule, the number financial planners have used for 30 years, the floor. At $500,000 invested, you could quit your job tomorrow and not starve. You would not be rich, you would not travel, but you would not starve. You realize this on a Friday at 4:47 in the afternoon. Your boss walks into your office. He is sweating. He needs you to stay late. You used to say yes immediately. This time you wait 3 seconds. You feel something new. You feel optional. You say yes anyway, but the yes is different now. The yes is a choice, not a reflex. You walk to your car at 9 p.m. The parking lot is empty. You sit in the driver's seat for a minute before turning the key. You think about the version of you at 26, the one who opened the brokerage app for the first time, the one who got laughed at by a coworker for making $400 a year. That coworker still works here. She has a leased SUV, a second mortgage, a husband who asks where the money goes. You drive home. You eat leftovers. You go to bed at 11. You do not check your dividend account that night. You do not need to. The math is doing what the math does. $500,000 does not make you free, but it gives you something most people never have. It gives you the word no. And no is the most expensive word in the English language. You are 41, $1 million. You do not feel different. Your apartment looks the same, your car looks the same, your face in the mirror looks the same. But the number is real. It pays you $40,000 a year. $40,000. A full American salary replaced forever. You sit at your kitchen table on a Tuesday night and you do something for the first time in 15 years. You open a tax calculator. You type in $40,000, qualified dividends, single filer, tax year 2026. You hit enter. The screen shows one number, 0. You look it up. It is real. Under $50,000 in dividends, the IRS takes nothing. Your friends with jobs lose a third of their paycheck before it hits their account. You will keep every dollar. You sit back in the chair. You do not smile. You do not celebrate. You just sit. You think about the years you worked overtime for taxable income, trading hours for dollars the government took 30% of before they hit your account. This $40,000 is different. This $40,000 is yours. The next morning at work, your boss tells the team about quarterly goals. You nod. You take notes. You participate. Nobody knows. Nobody knows you could leave on Monday and your life would not change. Nobody knows the woman at the desk next to you, who makes the same salary, will retire with $800,000 less than you will. You walk to lunch alone. You sit on a bench in the sun. You eat a sandwich from home. $1 million does not buy a yacht. $1 million buys silence. The kind of silence where you sit in a chair on a Tuesday night and realize you do not need anyone's permission anymore. Not your boss, not the government, not your past. You are 44, $1.5 million. It pays you $60,000 a year. $60,000, what the average American retiree actually spends, replaced forever without selling a single share. You do not touch the principal. The principal keeps growing. The dividend keeps paying. You read a headline that morning over coffee. Northwestern Mutual 2026 Planning Study. Americans now say they need $1.46 million to retire comfortably. You read the number twice. You already have more. You sit at the kitchen window with your coffee. The street outside is busy. People driving to jobs, people in traffic, people late for things. You used to be one of them. You think about the version of you at 26, the woman with $10,000 who clicked the reinvest button for the first time, the one who got laughed at by a coworker over a $400 dividend. That dividend grew. That woman grew up. The system did what the system does. You walk to your desk. You open your laptop. You write one email. You tell your boss you are done. You hit send. You do not feel anxious. You do not feel scared. You do not feel anything dramatic. You feel the way you felt on that first Tuesday morning 15 years ago, when $47 hit your account while you were sleeping. Calm. Quiet. Sure. The number Americans say they need to retire, you hit it. And it took you exactly one decision made 15 years ago and never broken. The decision to be patient. When everyone else was buying things, they worked for money. You taught money to work for you. Now you own your mornings. Forever.